Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, breaking news Sunday evening. Judge Tanya Chutkan has reinstated the gag order on Donald Trump. After Jack Smith and Trump's lawyers argued, and Trump's lawyers wanted a long-term stay on the gag order, she overruled it, and it's in place. No details have been provided yet by her office. It was filed Sunday evening East Coast time, so we'll probably have more details on Monday. So, energy. What's the energy around this? Why did Judge Chutkan make the decision she made? Entertainment purposes only. You basically had no choice. It's like, you just won't behave. You were given so many opportunities, and the minute we turn our back, you act out. So, how many chances do you get? You've run out of chances. Basically, Donald ran out of chances, and she's gonna have to be like the strict mom. It's like, exactly what Donald did not have in his lifetime, which is why his father apparently shipped him off to military school, because he wouldn't behave and he wouldn't listen. So off you go. You won't behave, you won't listen. What am I going to do with you? Well, you're not talking. Okay, so this decision, it came pretty quickly, and it had to do with his broadcast, like his little snippets in between the civil trials, and him going on TV, and him going in rallies, and just all the stuff that he says. It just piles up, and it makes it really easy to document what he did and when he did it. There's no denying it. I think she's given him a big opportunity in the past, and I think what you're going to find out with the next time they're in court, or next time she announcement, there's going to be big fines associated with any type of transgression from this. She's going to money now on him. Overarching energy is the Hanged Man. Again, it's always on Trump. You know what? If you wanna violate the gag order, that's on you, but there's going to be consequences. And, in some ways, the courts have really bent over backwards to accommodate this man. And he just refuses to be accommodated. He pushes everything right to the edge, and now it's time for somebody to define the edge and maybe shove him off a little bit. Say, oh, you accidentally got shoved off the edge. Maybe you shouldn't be so close to the edge next time. Yeah. She's done. She is done. She's done. She's done. Expect that the next time she addresses this, especially with him in court, she's going to... she is not going to mince words. Big fines, bigger actions that are going to happen. And it's the same with Judge Engoron. He was pissed when Trump violated that gag order and threatened that... sanctions could get worse. Trump's going to agree to us, maybe through his lawyers. He's lying. He's not going to want to agree to it. He is going to try and look for a loophole wherever he can, but she's laid down the law with him. And that Knight of Cups can also be just the court saying, hey, look, you know what? We're trying to work with you, but you refuse to work with us. But I tend to think of that as being Trump. Just, like when Judge Engoron had him up on the stand, and when he said the other person, who were you referring to? And he said Michael Cohen. Flat out lied to the judge, and the judge knew he was lying. And the judge said so much when he said, "You're not a credible witness." That's judicial speak for you're a freaking liar, and $10,000 fine. Now I know $10,000. For somebody who's purported to be a billionaire, that's not a ton of money. But it's another warning shot across his bow. Besides, Trump doesn't like paying fines and anybody anyway, so it's just gonna grind on him. It's just, you know what that's like? That's like you it'd be like you borrow your friend's flashlight and you take the batteries out, or the batteries. You use something of your friend's in the batteries and you give it back to him. or somebody, not your friend, maybe somebody you don't like, that aggravation of, these batteries were working when I gave them to them. They drained them. They didn't bother replacing. That's really annoying. It's that kind of thing. Just enough to really piss somebody off on the small scale of things. How's Trump going to react to this for Carter? My deck's upside down. Oh, he's going to be angry. It's no fair. And yeah, he's gonna complain about how it's just not fair. They're bullying him. They're taking away his First Amendment rights. He's gonna go right to the First Amendment rights on it. But it's just his narcissism. He can't shut up because he's kind of slipping more and more into delusion, and we're seeing that more and more with his rallies and his talks and stuff like that. He's not as lucid, and his words don't flow, and he's getting confused, getting things mixed up. The term projection is when you're guilty of something, but you say somebody else is doing it. That's called projection. And he does that to a T. With the Republicans do that with regards to the Democrats, and he does that with regard to Biden. Sleepy Joe Biden. He's old and he's losing his mental acuity, and Trump is the one that's losing his mental acuity. I think that he will knock it off for a bit because it's fresh. He'll try and figure out a way around it. And he will try and stir up trouble because he's got to be quiet. So he'll go through proxies. Don Jr., Eric Trump, Steve Bannon. He'll go through proxies and he'll make the argument, I'm not saying anything. Nothing's coming off of the real Donald Trump. This is off Steve Bannon. This is off Don Jr., not me. So, yeah, typical. He'll have his proxies go through that, but understand that his proxies don't quite have the reach that Trump has. People might be upset if Steve Bannon goes to jail. People might be upset if Donald Trump Jr. goes to jail, but not like they would if Donald Trump went to jail. You know what I mean? That's like a 10 times multiplier type of thing. Okay. Yeah, so here's a surprise. Donald will step by that. I'd ask if he'd follow it, but we won't. Okay, well, let's ask. Will Trump violate his gag order and then have a punishment that could include incarceration? Either in New York, that card wanted to come out, or in D.C. What's that one? The Hangman. He might consider doing that. The willing sacrifice. I guess there's rumors going around that he talks about it'd be good for his campaign, or he's told to be good to his campaign if he, got in prison, which is why he's bringing up this Nelson Mandela stuff. He is as far away from Nelson Mandela as he is far away from Jesus Christ. I tell you what. Okay, will Trump be incarcerated? Will he do something to get himself incarcerated? Man, he does not like... if you got that willing sacrifice combined with the Four of Cups, he may be told he's going. He's getting offers he doesn't want to hear. Can't keep his emotions in check, and he's trying to raise up the emotions of others. He's 3 steps the way towards prison already. And there's that big fine that's coming. Wow. And then we've got the Two of Wands. He's already thinking about violating his gag order, and maybe he's already taking steps towards it. Again, if you throw the Hangman in there, he's contemplating whether or not he wants to get arrested. He actually is contemplating it because he thinks it will stir up his base and will help him raise even more money. Because he knows he won't be in jail for very long. It won't be very long. You know, it'll be a weekend. It'll be 72 hours. It'll be overnight. And then he will activate his base and get a lot of money from it. And is it worth spending, you know, a night in jail in order to do that? Okay, so it looks like he is already fixed on the grift and, you know, how he can make money off of that. Entertainment purposes only. What do I know? I'm just some random dude reading tarot cards on the internet. Thank you for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you for all your kind words and your likes and your shares and your subscribes and everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm beast so that my videos make it out to new viewers. And to those new viewers, welcome to the channel. I hope you found this reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.